What I'm going to go through today are just some basic scratch techniques that should help the individual who's not really sure as to how you get the sounds that you do and what is the end result and how you make it sound that way, which is good rather than bad. I think that the scratching is probably the first thing that people see that that catches their eye and their ear as to what makes it interesting as a DJ. You know what I mean? That's usually the first thing that that people catch on to. So what I'm going to show you is why that sound comes out the way that it does, and what is the reason behind using a record for that as opposed to using a regular CD player, or just basically explaining the parameters of how it sounds the way it does. The reason why record is such a favorite for that, and really why it's only possible on a record, is because scratching is, more technically put, is real-time manipulation of a sound. And the reason why I say real-time is because your hand on the record dictates exactly what the sound is going to do. So if you want it to play forward, you can just let it go. If you want it to stop in the middle of it, you let it go and put your hand on the record when you want it to stop. And most DJs use markers on their label. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. Most DJs use markers on their label to reference where a sound starts and where it ends on the record. So, for example, this sound begins right here at about 8 o'clock. This being 12, 1, 2, 3, etc. This is about 8 o'clock here. Stops at about 12. So anywhere between 8 and 12 is where that sound occurs. It doesn't occur anywhere after it. It's not the same sound. It doesn't really occur before it either. And it's never going to leave that spot. It's always going to be there. So the first scratch that I'm going to demonstrate is basically the foundation of scratching. It's called the baby scratch, and all it is moving the record back and forth, and you never lift your finger off of the record. And once you've mastered that technique, which, believe it or not, as fundamental as it sounds in the description, once you've mastered that, you can manipulate it however you want to, and by using the volume fader, which turns it on and off, and also in conjunction with the crossfader, you can change whatever about it you want to. So if you want to just do the baby scratch without any kind of on or off manipulation, it sounds like this. If you want to just play the forward part of it, so you leave the fader in the middle so that you hear the sound, stop the record, and then turn the fader off, then bring the record back, and then you only hear the forward part of that scratch. And you could also do that in reverse too. The next scratch after that would be a combination of baby scratches and forward only scratches and backward only scratches. And one of the biggest misconceptions about scratching is it's not really about how technically advanced you are. It's more so about how many different techniques, no matter how simple they are, that you master through practice and then throw together at any time spontaneously. So really it's an improvisational kind of art where you can throw in whatever techniques in any combination that you want to at any time, and you're not restricted by routines that you've practiced and only want to sound a certain way.